The ancient archives of the Dominion stretched across 12 planetary databases, holding records of civilizations that had risen and fallen across 10,000 years. Historian Cale Morn had spent his entire life studying the fragments of lost worlds, piecing together stories from the void. But nothing had prepared him for what he discovered in the restricted sector of Archive 7. A planet called Earth. A world so old that most believed it was merely mythology. According to the Dominion's founding records, Earth was the birthplace of humanity, a species that had supposedly vanished millions of years ago during the Great Silence, that mysterious period when the entire galaxy seemed to hold its breath. Scholars dismissed the legend as folklore. Ancient Earth was said to have developed space travel impossibly early, spreading across the stars before mysteriously withdrawing from galactic civilization. The official narrative claimed they had simply died out, leaving no trace. But Cale Morn found something else, encrypted star charts pointing to a small, blue world hidden behind a nebula so dense that even modern sensors couldn't penetrate it. The coordinates were exact. The location was real. When he presented his findings to the Dominion Council, they laughed. Old myths dressed in new data, they said. A waste of research resources. Cale Morn was stripped of his prestigious position and relegated to minor archival work. For 3 years, he watched in bitter silence as his discovery was dismissed and filed away. Then the signal came. It was subtle at first, a mathematical pattern embedded in cosmic radiation near the coordinates Cale Morn had identified. The Dominion sensors detected it simultaneously across all major stations. It was unmistakably artificial, and it was unmistakably a message. Within hours, every species in the known galaxy received the same transmission. A single ship was approaching from the direction of the legendary Earth. The vessel itself defied expectation. It was neither ancient nor primitive, as scholars had assumed any surviving Earth technology would be. The ship was sleek, elegant, and its propulsion system operated on principles that made the Dominion's physicists scramble to understand. It was advanced. Impossibly advanced. The ship's designator was simple, UES Pioneer 1. United Earth Ship. Earth wasn't just real, it had been developing in isolation for millions of years, and it had surpassed everyone. Cale Morn stood in the diplomatic chamber as the Earth delegation entered. They looked human, though subtly different from the descriptions in the ancient texts. Their leader, Captain Sarah Chen, carried herself with quiet confidence. Her eyes swept across the assembled representatives of 1,000 worlds, and Cale Morn saw a flicker of amusement there. "Greetings," Captain Chen said, her voice calm and measured. "I am Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth Government. We are here to re-establish contact with the galactic community. Our absence has been intentional." The Dominion's Chancellor demanded answers. Why had Earth hidden? What had they been doing? Why reveal themselves now? Captain Chen smiled. "Our ancestors chose isolation to develop without interference. They understood that young civilizations often compete for dominance rather than cooperate. We needed time to mature, to advance, to become something greater than we were when we left. As for why now, we believed the galaxy was ready to meet us as equals rather than curiosities." She paused, then added, "And we needed to verify that certain records were accurate. That there were those in your civilization who remembered us, who had preserved our history even as others dismissed it as myth." Her gaze found Cale Morn across the chamber. She nodded slightly, and he understood. Somehow, Earth had known about his discovery. They had been waiting for someone to believe. Over the following weeks, everything changed. Earth revealed itself as a technological and cultural force that demanded respect. They had weapons, medical advances, and scientific knowledge that made the Dominion look primitive. But more importantly, they came not as conquerors but as teachers. Cale Morn was offered a position aboard the Pioneer 1, to help reintegrate Earth's history into the galactic record. As he stood at the observation window, watching the blue marble of Earth grow larger, he realized that the greatest discoveries weren't made through research alone. Sometimes they required faith, faith that there was more to the universe than what everyone else believed. The myth had become reality. And it was only the beginning.